Hey guys, Alex King here, full-time real estate investor out of Connecticut. Doing this video in order to help people with certain sides of real estate. Today's video is going to be on data. I'm going to hop on a quick Zoom call with my data guy, Ian. We're going to go through stacking your data in preparation to get it ready for your dialer.
Okay, so the stacking portion, so we can talk about that. So the idea behind it is, so if somebody has three phone numbers, then they need three sort of rows in the in the uh in the data set,
Yeah,
because Sebastian Styler is going to read it that way. So like let's say we have 20,000 addresses.
right.
That means if everybody had three phones, then we would need 60,000 rows.
Yeah.
So here's how we're going to do it. So I need to close this down. So yeah. All right, finally. We're ready to start doing it. All right, so I've
So you
got,
trim the fat.
yeah, so now I can see now I can select and see everything on one sort of like on my screen. So I don't have to like scroll left to right.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna select the entire data set, copy, and paste it again for person two, because we're gonna do person two later. All right, so that's all over there too. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of all the person two stuff on this sheet. So get rid of that. Owner zip code, person two. Get rid of that. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that everything has a phone number. So we go person one, phone one. We're gonna sort it. We're gonna scroll to the bottom. So we have, now we have 18,837 that have at least one phone number. So there's nothing I can do with the rest of these. So now we have 18,837 that have at least one phone number. I'm gonna do the sort button again. I'm gonna sort by phone two. So when I scroll down to the bottom, I see that there is this many records that only have one phone number. So they're not going to need to be duplicated. So I'm going to take those ones that only have one phone number, and I'm going to move them over to, whoa.
Yeah, those have more than one phone number.
Oh, my computer's just kind of slow.
Oh. Um, so why do you take them away if they only have one again?
I
Because
don't,
they pop.
I'm just moving the ones that have one phone number over into a new tab so I can work on the stuff that has two and three phone numbers. So I'm just moving this over temporarily out of the way.
Okay.
So, and then I guess I'll take my header rows, copy, paste, paste, paste. All right, so now on the sheet that I'm working on, I only have things that have two or three phone numbers. So now I'm gonna sort by phone three. So now everything at the top has three phone numbers. So then I'm gonna take everything that has two phone numbers and then move that. Actually, I
Move
can
that
click.
as well.
Yeah. Cut, paste, two phones. Okay. So I'll start with two phones because that is it's kind of the easiest way for me to show you.
Okay.
We're gonna gotta collapse all this down.
What I get from this so far is you basically trimmed it and then you're organizing it into like kind groups so far, essentially, by phone number.
You're following. All right, so we've got these with multiple phone numbers. So I'm gonna go like this, actually. So now I'm gonna take so now that everything in this sort of tab has two phone numbers,
Right.
I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom and I'm gonna paste it. So now I took the entire data set,
Duplicated it.
duplicated it. So now 4381. Okay. So now everything that's
Ah,
duplicated, I'm gonna go like this, cut, paste, over line 1.
mm,
I'll get rid of the second column. So now this entire everything that has phone 2 is duplicated, and phone 1 is now the main column for the phone.
wow.
So now phone 2 is done. So I go commit, copy, I'll cut this over here, and I'll combine it with my data set that with everything that only had one phone number.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, it took me 4 hours to figure out like what I
But
was
like,
doing. But
yeah, I
so
thought there
now
there
that
was like a special algorithm or something, but it's just like organizing
that's what I thought
and cutting and
initially
pasting.
until I sort of figured it out. So now 3 phones is like basically the same thing. You just have to do it twice. So I'm gonna go cut, actually not cut. I'm gonna go copy,
Copy.
and then I'm gonna go,
Remember what the row is?
yeah, sort of. I mean, like you can kind of see it as it's happening.
11650.
So
Yeah.
then for this one, for the 3 phone numbers, I'll take the middle one first.
Shift.
Shift. So now I have to shift over the 3rd phone number.
11650. Yep.
Cut. Oh, nope.
Cut or
Copy.
copy. Yeah.
Copy. And then I'll scroll down to the bottom. I'll paste. And then
You take
I'll move
that
over the
column.
3rd into the 1st.
Holy shit.
So now that's done. So I'll get rid of these phone numbers. So now the 3 phone numbers has now been duplicated twice to make it, 3 times the original size. So then I'll go, I'll move that over into my master sheet. Paste.
So now you've moved that over to your master sheet.
Yeah, because I did the 1 phones I didn't have to do anything with. The 2
Right.
phones I had to duplicate it once, and the 3 phones I had to duplicate it twice. So now what started as 21,000 is now 46,000 rows.
Right.
And then instead of having three basically phone number fields,
Yep.
it's now just 1. So I can even get rid of that,
Yep.
All right, so I did that for person 1. So now for person 2,
How much time do we have left?
like 8 minutes.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
For person 2, I'm gonna get rid of,
The first owner.
yeah. And
All right.
then
So there's really no secret like sauce behind it. It's just fucking grit, really, and staying on point.
yeah, I mean the best way I can explain it is if you want to do it yourself, the first time you do it, it's gonna take you like an hour.
Yeah.
And once you kind of get the motions down, it's gonna take you 20 minutes.
Right.
So I get rid of person 1 phone stuff. And then this is gonna be quick, so I'll go person, because most of the person 2 stuff don't even have a phone number. I'm only dealing with 2,000. Delete. Just rinse and repeat, and then you're basically adding to your master tab when everything's clean. So phone 2, here's our phone 1s. This one can already be moved over.
Now, do you move that over to the master file?
I'm not gonna do it yet because I mean I totally could. But
Right.
before I combine it, I want to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes with my columns so that they line up when I move it over.
Roger.
It's like here I see, okay, I've got an X column or V should be my last column on over there. So I need to make sure it lines up. I mean, when you do it the first time, like you want to go like slow because it's like if one, freaking spot doesn't line up, all your phone numbers are going to misalign. And then your call center is going to be like, yo, like every single phone number is the wrong number. What happened?
Sounds like that might have
Um,
happened to you before.
It actually has never happened to me before, but
Nice.
that's by pure. I'm surprised it hasn't. Okay, so yeah, V is correct. So that's fine. So I can move those over. If you go like that, cut one phone, go to the bottom, put this in there. So now I just need to move over my person two phones and my person two one phones. So down, sort by. What the frick happened here? Oh,
There you go. You weren't on the first one.
yep. You know Excel.
A little bit. Not by I don't know what the word is, but just by having to.
Right. I mean, I don't think anybody thinks Excel is fun.
Yeah.
You
I
just
don't know.
use it enough times where you kind of, or at least for me, it's like I've just spent so much time in here. It feels fine
Yeah.
when I'm looking at
Yeah.
stuff like this. It's not
Right.
overwhelming. Two phones. We're gonna go paste, and then, oops, shut down, copy, duplicate. And then
Copy or cut.
when you're
Yeah.
moving the phone numbers over, you're actually cutting because you're
Cutting.
overwriting the first number.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That one's done. Right?
it is.